The more I think about Obama's foreign policy, the more the word that dominates my thinking is naive. Just plain naive. For him to seriously believe that this make nice on the Muslim world would end terrorism and would affect a rapprochement with the Islamists, that he could somehow just sit down with them and persuade them and talk about their point of view. Ed Klein, in his book Amateur, talks about his confidence that he could do that. It's just ridiculous. It's childishly naive. And the idea that he tried to sell us a bill of goods 2 weeks ago, that somehow this Libyan embassy invasion was just simply a reaction to the movie. It was a demonstration that got out of hand, where it's now becoming completely clear that this was a pre-planned terrorist attack timed to coincide with 9/11. And he just tried to blow smoke at us and stop us from understanding what it really was. And then his policy with Iran. They asked him in one, I believe in the 60 Minutes interview Sunday, or it may have been in one of the earlier ones, they asked him in the last few days, why haven't you drawn a line in the sand about what Iran can't do? And if they step over this line, if they enrich uranium to a certain percent, or if they go critical, or if they create a bomb, then we're not going to tolerate that. Obama's response was, well, do you want to start another war? Well, yeah, if the alternative is getting New York City or Jerusalem go up in a nuclear holocaust, yeah, I do want to start another war. But it was clear that he won't. And it's very clear that when Hillary refuses to draw a line and say this far or no farther, how can you possibly have a strategy of deterrence in which you fail to do that? But my point is a political one. All of these shortcomings are becoming glaringly apparent to anybody who has eyes to look at them. And then the piece de resistance is that he goes to New York. He's in New York during the General Assembly session. All the world's leaders are there, and he has time to go on The View and campaign, but he doesn't have time to meet with the leaders of the world about global problems. And can you imagine the stupidity of not going up and addressing the General Assembly? The president addressing the General Assembly looks like the president of the world. What a wonderful chance for him, and how stupid that he's turning it down. So this is one catastrophe after another. Now, the media doesn't cover it. They say that Romney's gaffed because he criticized the president over Libya. But the fact of the matter is that everybody who has eyes to see can see how ineffective and weak the Obama foreign policy is and what the consequences of that weakness are. And when he goes on the 60 Minutes interview and says Israel is one of our main allies in the region, well, name me another one. Or he says that when Netanyahu complains about the possibility of a Holocaust wiping out the entire nation of Israel, that's noise. That's his phrase, noise. This is just outrageous. And I think it's taking a real toll on him politically. Now, Obama may be hitting below the belt, but Dubs doesn't. My dog, who's running for president in our new children's book, Dubs Runs for President, is a very clean campaigner. He wouldn't do any of that kind of stuff. But he is a competitor. He's running as the nominee of the Canine Party, opposing Felix the Cat on the Feline Party. So Dubs faced Felix in the general election. One would win, the other faced rejection. They each worked hard to get every last vote, campaigning by car, air, train, and boat. And you see here the debate between Felix and Dubs. And then Dubs was out every day, sun or rain, traveling around our country in his own private train. And every time that train came to a stop, Dubs gave a speech and came out on top. So the purpose of this book is to entertain, but also so your kids and your grandkids can follow the political process and understand what's going on, as seen through the eyes of Dubs, my lovely dog. Thank you.